All right, the main things, very quick video. This should be that we're going to add to our game as a part of our wrap up before I set you free for your extension work and completing your cutscenes is adding our main menu and end screens when we complete our game. Um, just a heads up and warning, I have some extra stuff in here, but I was working on trying to get my leaderboard functional, and I did not get to that point yet. And so I'm going to keep working on that, and maybe I'll have it before the end of class. But that's something to look forward to if you're interested in it. So let's start with our main menus. You guys should have designed these at this point as a part of a previous lesson, but if you haven't, you might design your main menu. The two buttons that we're going to make functional in this kind of walkthrough is our quit button and our start game button. And so what we need to do if we've got our main menu set up, so we can go to our content drawer and we need to create a new level. And so I will find our levels folder. I'm going to right click and we're going to make a level. I'm going to call this menu level. And with that, I can hit double click to open, save selected, and that should open up to a blank screen. And where we need to go in here is we just need to open our level blueprint. So up here by selection mode where we quick add our assets and our sequencers, we have this list of world blueprints, and we're going to open our level blueprint. And so at the event begin play, we are going to create a widget, and we are going to create our main menu. And we're going to do this to the player controller as our owning player. We should be able to compile and save, and that's wonderful. But at this point, it's still not going to add it to our screen. So we are going to add to viewport. We also want to set our cursor to be visible. And so we did that inside of our marine. At some point we did show mouse cursor. So I'm just going to copy and paste that over into this level blueprint. And I'll get my show mouse cursor. And I also want to set our game to game and UI. Set input mode to game and UI. And we can drag this over as our player focus. We can connect our player controller to the player controller. And then we can leave these as default, and it doesn't like self, so we'll drag that to our player controller. We can compile and save, and this is all we should need to get that UI to go when we hit play. You might see your marine overlay because we have that set up to pop up immediately, right? So when we made our marine blueprint, when that marine is created, we are creating the player HUD. And so that's going to leave as a challenge for you. How can you get rid of that just in this level, since it's going to be different? You could also potentially just set these to invisible until the start of the game. But now we're going to set up our buttons. So my start settings and quit don't do anything yet. So I'm going to go back to my main menu. And on my quit button, that one's easiest. I'm going to scroll down to on clicked in my details panel. And on clicked, I'm just going to do quit game. Now, something to note that when you do this quit game function, it goes immediately. There's no warning. And so some user friendliness, you might change it so that it has a delay or it shows something on the screen. Maybe a "Are you sure?" widget pops up. Something along those lines to help make this more user-friendly. And then for our start game, I'm going to click that button, scroll down, and on clicked, we are going to load a level by, load level by name. Oh, it's not wanting me to pull it up. Let me go double check something here. Open level, that's what we want. We don't need to load it, we'll open it. How about that? And we will call this just Mars. That's the default name of our level. We also need to change our settings. So we, for the most part, we kept our mouse cursor visible, so we don't need to change that. But we do want to change our input mode that we changed in our menu in here. When we changed our input mode, we want to change that back. So we can change input to game only, set input mode game only. We can set this on get player controller, and then we can pull off, and we're going to remove from parent, and we'll leave this as self because this is going to get rid of this main menu widget when we create that level. And so again, we can hit play. Quit's going to function. It's going to quit us out, and if we hit start game, it should load our level. Something here, again, user friendliness, something you might look at doing. Ooh, maybe we don't want that input mode. I haven't tried it yet, and it doesn't seem to like it. So let's actually remove that. Let's go back to our main menu and remove this set input mode and just remove from parent and see if that makes it happy. So if I start my game, I wonder if it doesn't like any of our set input modes. So let me go ahead and remove this one as well, and we'll just see how that functions. There we go. Now that's functioning how we want it to. So we don't even need to set our modes, which is wonderful. That makes our life a little bit easier. So back into our level blueprint, we've just got these going on, and then inside of our main menu, this is all that we have for those start and quit buttons. So now let's talk about our end screen. And so my end screen, I have a redirect back to my main menu, and I also have a quit game button. And so in here, I did the same details, selected my button, scroll down, on clicked. And so for my main menu, when I click it, I am opening a level by name. I did it back to my menu level, and then I removed the widget from my parent. And then same thing here with my quit button. When I quit, it gets rid of it. But we need a way for this end game to spawn. And so this is where I'm going to hopefully kind of ignore some of the things that I've done here. Let me actually just break this loop. All that we need in this section, let me move all of this stuff that I was working on out of the way. After our Marine dies, after we hit 0 health points, we can create a widget. We can create our end game, end screen, whatever you called it. Tie it to our get player controller. And then we will add to viewport. And again, since we are kind of using the mouse already, when we come in, start game, if I go find some spiders to come get me, this is all that we should need to do and be able to see that game over screen pop up. And my main menu is going to take me back here. If we go back and start the game and I die again, we should see that our quit game is going to work as well. And so that's the simplicity of this one. We've got very simple code here. And so what I'm working on right now is getting all of this to work with setting our top 5 scores on our leaderboard. But again, I just didn't get it done in time. And so I'll keep working on that, see what I can share with you. From here, making your button presses more user-friendly is something that would be wonderful in this unit. Being able to create your own settings menu. So when this is clicked, can it open into a new widget, or maybe the same widget, and you just have your settings toggled off on visibility? What can we do to improve on what we've already done? And so that's what I'm expecting.